Alright, so here we go. Yes, yet again, the Diablo 4 devs have been very busy responding to new concerns about the upcoming patch and maintenance that is going on right now affecting playtime in the game. And we have a surprising response from the team about this one as well. However, also a very big warning to hardcore players as well. You're going to want to pay attention. And there's a problem that continues to grow. And guess what? I'm now experiencing this very problem on PC, and it's truly becoming a major nagging issue. It is practically a daily thing. And this happened 11 years ago and is still relevant today. How is it that nothing has changed since then? Plus, how to unlock one of the most desirable titles in the game. We have a response from the devs on that one. And the least popular class right now might surprise you, but things are about to change. You'll want to most likely try this class in the future. I'll explain in just a moment. But yeah, let's get into the official stuff first and foremost, because Adam Fletcher did post this one right here, and he got some new responses and followed up. Of course, he says Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal items should be resolved, and he is referring to, of course, the DDoS attack that did happen and the connectivity issues. However, of course, today and tomorrow, we will be experiencing maintenance for the game. You might have noticed that, of course, there's new lag and stutters and that sort of thing. I have been experiencing that as well. Now, we have a question about that out on Twitter. We have this one from Vax, who says, "Hey, Adam Fletcher, doing tomorrow a maintenance between 6 p.m. through 11 p.m. EU is absolutely terrible. I don't need to explain why. And Tuesday, I didn't even notice. Seriously, you guys have jobs, no? Don't you understand?" And Adam Fletcher responds saying, "The world is round. No time is ever ideal for every single locale. We are also local to Irvine, California, and this is when most of our team will be online to support. It's when they're awake, when they're able to function, and when they're able to perform the maintenance. Of course, it's not ideal. It would be most likely ideal for them to perform maintenance when everyone is asleep, but that's not possible because, of course, again, like he said, the world is round. When someone is asleep, someone is also awake. So it's only going to be over the course of 2 days. The good news about this maintenance is I believe that it is preparing for the upcoming major patch and is laying the groundwork to support that. So at least there's that to consider. Yes, we will be going through some stutters and some jitteriness during this time, but I think in the long run, it will be worth it. All right, next up, we have this one right here from X, who says, "Can you clarify if Diablo 4 will be offline on Tuesday, or is it truly just live maintenance?" And the response here from Adam Fletcher says it won't. The team did some work where full server downtime isn't needed. So yeah, at least that's good news as well. Sure, we're going to be experiencing those problems and issues while online, but it won't be a complete downtime like it was first thought. So that's good news in itself. So yeah, you can have a sigh of relief. However, for hardcore players, you're going to want to pay attention because we have a bit of a warning as well. Check it out. It says, you should be careful when playing Diablo 4 today and tomorrow because, yeah, although they are saying that they aren't expecting to take the whole game offline, I would expect disconnects. So if you are a hardcore player and you do love your hardcore character still being alive, I would be very careful about playing over the next 2 days. That is today and, of course, tomorrow. It might be wise to wait for the maintenance to cool off and perhaps play a softcore character in the meantime. Now, of course, if you really want to stay in the know, you can go to this really nice website. It's downtotector.com. And yes, it does tell us some information as to what's going on with the servers for Diablo 4. And you can look at that, gauge if it's safe or not, or at least try to gauge if it's safe or not to hop online with your hardcore character. That's what I would do during this period. So hopefully that helps you out. All right, what do we have next? We got to talk about one feature of the game that people are discovering more and more. I'm seeing so many posts about it, and they're really wanting more of this. It's not dungeons. Guess what it is? It is strongholds. It says, finally hunting renown, and strongholds are the best. I think they should have really focused on more strongholds. They could have done 20 more strongholds and 20 less dungeons. They all seem so different and unique. get that Diablo is supposed to be a dungeon crawling dark game, but I absolutely love the strongholds. Diablo 3 was my first Diablo, and I spent over 800 hours in it. I guess the strongholds kind of remind me of that. This game has a great balance of light on the surface, then dark campaign and dungeons. Also like how each stronghold has a little story to it. Yes, that's what I was going to mention. At level 52 now, enemies are like level 53, and I swear I've got a legendary from every stronghold boss so far. Also a plus. I myself, my personal experience with the actual loot from strongholds, it's been very meh. So it depends on the person that's actually playing the stronghold. It just seems to be hit or miss with the loot for me personally with strongholds. Let me know if that's the case for you. So for me, the actual experience for strongholds has been amazing. The reward has been somewhat lackluster. I wish the reward would match the experience every single time. That's my only 2 cents there. But yes, I 100% agree. More strongholds, Helltide strongholds, Nightmare strongholds. Bring on the strongholds, and I do love the story as well. Yeah, so I'm also experiencing a very big problem that continues to creep and rear its ugly head as I continue to play Diablo 4. We have got to talk about this one. Check it out right here. It says, the game consumes entire VRAM and then starts to stutter. I'm noticing the stutter more and more. I'm also on a GeForce 3080 with 10 gigabytes of VRAM. It plays fine, they go on to say, with ultra textures initially, then starts to stutter when entering new locations. I experimented with high and medium textures. Same problem. I'm also trying to mess around with my graphic settings, but stutters happen a bit later. Looks like the game keeps allocating VRAM continuously as you explore new locations until it fills up entire VRAM buffer, starting from 6 GB on medium textures, for example. So overall, as you can see, this is an issue and it needs to be addressed. And yes, of course, the dev team have officially responded, and they did say expect further PC optimization in the upcoming patch. So that is exciting. I just hope that this becomes a thing of the past. I've played several PC titles recently, and I'm trying to have hope, but every single time, this seems to be the core issue that I personally end up facing. Now, if you guys are also experiencing this issue and perhaps have a solution or a workaround, please, by all means, don't be shy. Post a comment down below. Let us know if you have a fix or something like that, because I myself, I really enjoy Diablo 4 on PC. And yeah, also, I'm kind of curious, is this a thing on consoles? I'm wondering if this is also an issue on consoles or not. It seems like it is not, from my personal experience. Now, we got to talk about how to unlock a really cool title. It's by far one of the most sought-after titles in the game. Check it out right here. It goes on to say this: Diablo 4 reveals how to unlock the title. I kid you not, a lot of people are asking, hey, how do I get, the simple the title? I really am wanting that. So let's get into this article even further, because we have an actual dev response here. It goes on to say this right here: Blizzard's Rod Ferguson acknowledged that many Diablo 4 players are looking to add the to their title choice. And so he revealed that it's unlocked by completing all the Bear Tribe side quests in Fractured Peaks. Now, these side quests are found in Bear Tribe Refuge, which is an area players will likely visit fairly early in their Diablo 4 adventure. Now, upon completing all the side quests, players will unlock 2 titles, The and Bear. Furthermore, it says the last side quest Diablo 4 players will have to complete at Bear Tribe Refuge is called Call of the Ancients. And there's a glitch associated with it that fans should be aware of if they hope to unlock the title. If one's co-op partner is dead when they down the boss at the end of the Call of the Ancients quest, the objective will get stuck and players will have to redo the quest from the start. This bug is avoided by making sure everyone is up and revived before killing the boss. So, yeah, there it is. Of course, this bug will most likely be addressed, and I would believe the upcoming patch or a hotfix. I'll keep you guys in the know. When that does happen, I do expect that fix to happen shortly. But we've got to talk about this one right here as well. Check it out. It says Diablo 4 stats reveal most popular and least popular classes. This is kind of interesting. I was surprised by the least popular class, so let's get into this right now. It goes on to say this right here: as revealed by the unlock rates for Diablo 4's achievements, the Druid class is the least popular class in the game, with only 12.25% of Xbox gamers choosing it and progressing far enough to get it Shifty Swipes achievement. Now, Barbarian is the second least popular class, apparently, with only 14.33% unlock rate. Now, of course, the Necromancer finds itself dead center with a 25.25% unlock rate, and Rogue is slightly ahead with 25.55%. By far the most popular class in Diablo 4 is, of course, the Sorcerer, and you can see how it's rounded up right here. Do you guys think that this is accurate? Come on, you guys have got to give more love to the Barbarian. Dude. But yeah, I get it. I do kind of understand where these stats are coming from. I think that the fun factor for the Sorcerer, considering that I believe that they are more godlike compared to a lot of the other characters, Sorcerer and Rogue are very much able to hit that godlike status with a lot of their abilities. And the Barbarian was nerfed. Now the Druid has me interested. Why do you think it is the least popular? Is it also because a lot of the abilities have shape-shifting in it and you don't get to see your customization? That's what I'm wondering. I've always been curious if that bothers some of you or not, or if you like the shape-shifting where you turn into a bear or a werewolf. Sound off in the comments below if that bothers you or not, or if you prefer to be able to see your customization that you worked for by, going out there and collecting the gear. Now, we also got to talk about this one. This is so annoying as we ride on our steed around Sanctuary. This is very relevant. It says this: mounting to ride 2 feet, climb down a ledge, and cool down for 7 seconds. The sheer level of disappointment. That look on Michael's face right there is how I feel every single time I have to go through the same cooldown. Please, Blizzard, just remove the cooldown altogether. I don't get why it's there in the first place. Now, someone also brought up an interesting idea when battling world bosses, and I thought this exact same thing. So you know your contribution. Check it out. It says this right here: I want to see how much damage I contribute to defeating a world boss. That is all. It says a lot of upvotes. A lot of people agree that it would be really cool to see how much they contributed to this boss battle. Of course, I don't think it's going to help more casual players, but I do think this sort of system in place would help, the hardcore players that really want to see how they did overall. But it's also great for actual, theory crafting, building your character, understanding how far you can take your damage, that sort of thing. So I think overall, this should definitely be done. But yeah, 11 years ago, people were discussing this one right here. 11 years ago. It says posted this 11 years ago. Sadly, still relevant. 33,000 upvotes. Can't wait for the servers to come back online so I can play single player. And I know I've seen the comments from many of you saying enough with the discussion about offline play versus online play. This is an online game. I'm still going to be vocal about it. I feel like there is a big part of this community that wants offline play, and I'm going to support that pretty much forever. Yeah, I just admire when a publisher actually has that offline option. I'm just saying. All right, so now it's time to get into your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. So yes, what was my most recent video about? It was basically about what's going on with the patches and the maintenance. Check it out. It says this: critical update in 48 hours. Something major is happening in game updates. So yes, it could be that we will be getting a patch as early as tomorrow. Again, things can change. Delays do happen. It also could be that they are just laying the groundwork currently, doing maintenance and preparing for this patch, and this patch could be out by the end of the week. Again, I did offer some warnings that anything can go with the date of patches. They could be pushed back. So yeah, don't hold your breath too much, but I'm hopeful that tomorrow is going to be the day, according to a lot of the evidence. Now let's get into your top comments about this one. Check it out. We have Dr. Doom, who says, is it just me, or do people hate fighting those red spirit mobs? They're so unfun to fight. They never group. They just back away, and killing them is so unsatisfying. satisfying. Finally, someone brought it up. I actively avoid those creatures. They are so annoying. Also, the damage is just weird on them as well. It's just a frustrating experience overall. And the only way to really have them group up is to do a challenging shout or to have Whirlwind and the ability that pulls them together. That's one way you could do it, but they're so far stretched around the battlefield that is even difficult to pull off. Yeah, overall, not fun whatsoever. Whenever I see an event and I go to it and I see those red ghostly characters, I'm like, oh my god. I'm just going to go past this. Even if it's worth a lot of experience, I don't care. It's just that something needs to be done with those characters, in my opinion. All right, so we have Onyx, who says, it would be nice if the Butcher item drop pool was special, like better odds for legendary and unique drops, for example. So far, I've seen the Butcher in my dungeon quite often, but always drop items to salvage, which doesn't feel rewarding. So, it's interesting you mention this because still to this day, I have not run into the Butcher one time. It is the weirdest thing. Seeing you guys mention that, oh, I've run into the Butcher several times, I don't even know what to say. I'm going to have to, like, start a new character or something because I'm wondering, like, what is going on at this point. But yeah, it would be very cool. Love the idea if the Butcher did have a very specific kind of, like, rare item drop rotation where you're like, oh my god, this is my chance to get that one item that everyone is, you know, talking about. Now, that would be very, very cool. I love that idea. All right, next up we have Hazard Wolfcore, who says this: when it comes to drops and their colors, they should just include a menu in the settings that let you choose each drop's color type from a color wheel or something like that. It could satisfy literally everyone's needs in that area of things. See, again, like, why aren't you guys on the development team? That's genius. Just do that. Make it simple. Make it happen, Blizzard. All right, Chris Moore says the following: I want more uniques and things to do in the later world tiers. Uriel should spawn randomly like the Butcher, more big world events, Castle Defend style. I love that. Some style of cube to craft with use, gem, or other things as well. More secret fights, ease, more things to fight Uber Tristram, Hell Raids, where you and a team try to penetrate the core of Hell. All I gotta say about Hell Raids, that sounds awesome, and it would be cool to venture back into Hell and have that as more of a theme in the in-game. Dude, I love it. All right, there it is. The latest happenings around Diablo 4. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more news and updates. I have you guys covered, and I will see you all next time. Take care.